6 road courses, NASCAR's first Cup-sanctioned dirt race since the 1970s. The All-Star race is moving to Texas. Darlington gets a second date. Circuit of the Americas, Road America, 2 races at Atlanta, an Indy road course, and a whole lot more coming to the NASCAR Cup Series in 2021. What's up, guys? I'm Alan Bailey, and right now, NASCAR has just made it official. The 2021 NASCAR Cup Series schedule is finally released. I know we were putting up Halloween decorations and we finally got it, but it is here, and wow, there is a lot of cool stuff to talk about. We're going to go race by race and break down everything that's happened and will happen in the 2021 season. Now, the important thing to remember is that COVID could still potentially affect the 2021 season. Dates could move, races in certain states could just simply not happen if those particular governors decide that sporting events just can't be held, but it is a number of months between now and the 2021 season. Hopefully a vaccine and everything kind of calms down with this pandemic and we can get a little bit back to normal and start seeing fans at racetracks again, because frankly, I miss going to races. But here's what we have on slate for the 2021 schedule. We're going to go race by race. I said we would. Now, for decades, we've gone down to Daytona to kick off our season in NASCAR with what we've called Speed Weeks, but now it's going to be called Speed Week. At least that's what I'm calling it. I don't know if it's official because all of the events are condensed into 1 week. That's right, at least for the Cup schedule. We don't have exact dates and times for Xfinity and the Truck schedule yet. Those will come at a much later date, more than likely after the completion of the 2020 season. But for the Cup Series, we know on Tuesday, February 9th, the Clash will invade not the high banks of Daytona, but Daytona's road course, kicking off the unofficial season with the exhibition race. Then the very next day, Wednesday, February 10th, 2021, Daytona 500 qualifying at the big banks at Daytona. Then the very next day, the Daytona 500 dual races, which will set the field for the 500 on Thursday, February 11th. Then the 2021 Daytona 500 kicking off on Sunday, February 14th. Make sure you get chocolates, guys. 1 week later, we head down the road, down to Homestead, Miami for the second race of the 2021 schedule. On Sunday, February 21st, NASCAR heads to Homestead, Miami for the second race of the 2021 schedule. NASCAR keeping its West Coast swing somewhat intact as they head to the Auto Club Speedway for race number 3 on the schedule on Sunday, February 28th, 2021. Pack your bags and head to Sin City. It's the Las Vegas Motor Speedway's Pennzoil 400 on Sunday, March 7th. Then back to Phoenix for the 5th race of the season on Sunday, March 14th. Then head to Atlanta for the first of 2 races at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, first race being on Sunday, March 21st. Then, one of the biggest changes that we've seen in NASCAR history. NASCAR on Sunday, March 28th, 2021 will head to the Bristol Motor Speedway, but instead of the usual day Bristol race, we're going to be getting a Bristol dirt race. That's right, NASCAR and the Bristol Motor Speedway trucking in piles and piles and piles of dirt in order to turn the Bristol Motor Speedway temporarily into a dirt track for a points-paying Cup race, something we haven't seen in NASCAR since 1970. Oh yeah, it's happening. It happened back in 2000 and in 2001 with some World of Outlaw races, and it actually was a pretty darn good little race. And we've seen certain video games reenact this as well. We've raced it here on this channel in NASCAR Heat 4 and in NASCAR Heat 5, and it's not that bad of a race. I actually am looking forward to this one, and I actually think it could potentially sell out Bristol in a reality in which COVID is under control and we get to actually go to races at 100% capacity. After our first off week, we head to Martinsville for a Saturday night race. That's right, Saturday, April 10th, we head to Martinsville for a night race at the Speedway. Then we head to Richmond for a Sunday afternoon race on Sunday, April 18th for race number 9. Race number 10 will take us to the high banks of Talladega on Sunday, April 25th. Race number 11 on Sunday, May 2nd out at Kansas Speedway. It's race number 12 on Sunday, May 9th. It's Mother's Day at the Lady in Black. That's right, Darlington Raceway getting 2 dates in 2021. And we head back to the Lady in Black on Mother's Day. Seems super appropriate to me. And don't worry, the Southern 500 is intact. Then, race number 13, we head to Dover for the only race out at Dover in the 2021 schedule on Sunday, May 16th, 2021. Then one of the biggest changes to happen to the NASCAR Cup schedule in years. NASCAR adding a road course, and not just any road course, the Circuit of the Americas. The Formula One design track in Austin, Texas will host a NASCAR Cup Series race in 2021 on Sunday, May 23rd. Then race number 15 of the schedule takes over the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the traditional Coca-Cola 600 on Sunday, May 30th. Then NASCAR going road racing again, this time in wine country, heading up to the Sonoma Raceway for race number 16 on Sunday, June 6th. Then on Sunday, June 13th, 2021, NASCAR going to be holding its All-Star race, but not at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, not at the Bristol Motor Speedway this year. This year, at the Texas Motor Speedway. That's right, Texas loses a points-paying race, however, gets the All-Star race in 2021. Pretty darn cool right there. Then another track adding to the NASCAR schedule in 2021, the Nashville Superspeedway will host the 17th race of the 2021 schedule on Sunday, June 20th, Father's Day. Then a doubleheader out at the Pocono Raceway for race number 18 and 19 of the schedule on Saturday, June 26th and Sunday, June 27th. Back-to-back dates similar to what was planned and what was executed in 2020. Race number 20 of the 2021 schedule will see NASCAR go road racing again on the July 4th weekend. However, it'll be at Road America this year, a brand new track coming to the NASCAR Cup Series as well. Then in the July heat, we will head to the slick Atlanta Motor Speedway for race number 21 on Sunday, June 11th. Race 22 will see NASCAR head to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway on Sunday, June 18th. Then what was originally scheduled for 2020 but was rescheduled for the 2021 calendar year, the Olympics will take over NBC, and therefore NASCAR will have 2 off weekends in a row for the last week in July and the first week of August. However, race number 23 will see road racing again take over the Cup Series as NASCAR heads north to Watkins Glen for race number 23 on Sunday, August 8th. Another huge change coming to the NASCAR Cup Series. Race number 24 on Sunday, August 15th, 2021 will see NASCAR return to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. However, for the first time in the Cup Series history, the Cup cars are going to be road racing at Indianapolis instead of on the big track. Race number 25 is on Sunday, August 22nd at the Michigan International Speedway. Then, the final race in the regular season, once again, will be at the Daytona International Speedway on Saturday, August 28th. Then the playoffs begin with the round of 16. Race number 27 on Sunday, September 5th. Is the Southern 500 at the Darlington Raceway, kicking off the NASCAR playoffs. Then, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Richmond for race number 28 on Saturday, September 11th for the first night race in the playoffs. Then, the very next week, it is the Bristol night race, ending the round of 16 for race number 29 on Saturday, September 18th, 2021. Then the round of 12 kick off with race number 30 on Sunday, September 28th at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Much like this weekend, NASCAR will head to Talladega for the 31st race on the schedule on Sunday, October 3rd, and the round of 12 will wrap up once again at the Charlotte Roval on Sunday, October 10th for race number 32. The round of 8 will kick off with race number 33 of the schedule on Sunday, October 17th at the Texas Motor Speedway for their only points-paying race. Then NASCAR heads back to Kansas for race number 2 at the track on Sunday, October 24th. Then the round of 8 will wrap up and the Championship 4 will be settled at the Martinsville Raceway on Sunday, October 31st. Race number 36, the championship race on Sunday, November 7th at the Phoenix Raceway once again. There is a lot of meat to unpack with this 2021 NASCAR Cup Series schedule. The major shifts, the major bullet points, the fact that Circuit of the Americas, the pristine 3.46-mile road course in Austin, Texas, will host not only Formula One races, IndyCar races, but now NASCAR races. This is huge. When this track first opened a number of seasons ago, everyone in the NASCAR community looked at this circuit and went, wow, wish we could race on that. but it being so close to the Texas Motor Speedway, at least in the same state, it caused a little bit of an issue. NASCAR came up with a solution, removing one points-paying race but giving the Texas Motor Speedway the All-Star race in order to go to Circuit of the Americas. It adds another road course, a pristine road course, and since that track is so wide and so flat, it's going to present a challenge for these Cup cars. Tony Stewart has taken laps out there. Kurt Busch took laps a number of years ago on that track, and for years, video games have actually simulated Cup cars at the track. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We've seen phenomenal racing across the board at Circuit of the Americas, and I think when the Cup Series heads to that track, we're going to continue to see phenomenal racing. My hope is that we'll see some Xfinity, maybe Truck Series action at Circuit of the Americas in 2021, but it's much too early to tell. Those schedules are still very much being worked on and tinkered with everything that's happening in COVID. We're going to wait a couple more weeks for those schedules to come out, but Cup cars at Circuit of the Americas, absolutely phenomenal. On June 22nd, Nashville Superspeedway is going to be holding a Cup Series race. This was confirmed last spring. Tennessee is absolutely a great area to host a NASCAR race. This racetrack is very different. It's very unique. It's 1.33 miles, and it'll absolutely put on a good show. At least that's my hope. We haven't seen racing there in a number of years. I am all for putting more tracks on the NASCAR schedule with less dates for all of these return tracks, and that's exactly what's happening with Nashville. This one is kind of getting overlooked because of everything else that's happening in NASCAR. Road America, it's going to be hosting the July 4th weekend, which is going to be different. I would have preferred to see Indianapolis on that July 4th weekend, but Road America is not a bad idea. I mean, Road America on July 4th. It's right there in the name. It's the historic 4.048 mile road course in Eckhart Lake, Wisconsin. It last hosted a NASCAR Cup Series race way back in 1956. It's a very old racetrack. The Xfinity Series has been racing there for a number of seasons. They've put on an absolutely phenomenal show the last few years out there. And at this point, it's about time the Cup cars are going back to Road America. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely gorgeous racetrack, very picturesque. I can't wait to see the Cup cars there. We've already simulated that here on the channel with NASCAR Heat 5, and we're going to continue to see that in real life. Kind of the bittersweet news of the schedule is the fact that NASCAR is shifting from the big track at Indianapolis to the road course. You look at NASCAR shifting from the 2.5 oval to the 2.439 mile road course. It's bittersweet is the best way I can say it. The oval is historic. NASCAR wanted to race there for a number of years, and then in the mid-90s, it finally became a reality, and it's become a benchmark of our sport. You have to win at the Brickyard. We've called it the Brickyard, but the IndyCar drivers will call it Indianapolis. You have to win in Indianapolis if you want to be considered one of the greats in NASCAR. And the greats have won at Indianapolis on the oval. Now, does that same prestige transfer over to the road course? I think it does a tiny bit, but it's not the same. It really isn't. Even when Chase Briscoe won the first road course in the Xfinity Series this year at Indianapolis, he said, I kind of want to race on that oval, win on that oval, but I'll take the road course win. And really, when you're in Indianapolis, you take any win, especially when you're going down that front straightaway. Doesn't matter which way you're driving on the track. It is an inverted track when they race on that road course, but it matters, really, that you win in Indianapolis. That same prestige in some ways will carry over, but the fact that it's going from the oval to the road course will change the dynamic a little bit. I'm a little disappointed to see this, but I'm excited because we saw phenomenal racing in 2020 on that road course with that Xfinity Series race. I'll watch that finish on rerun every day for the rest of my life. It is phenomenal racing. And I hope that that transitions to the Cup Series. Now, do you know the last time NASCAR raced on dirt in the Cup Series? It was September 30th, 1970. Yeah, North Carolina State Fairgrounds, Dusty Half Mile. You know who won? King Richard. It's been a hot minute since NASCAR has raced on dirt in the Cup Series. The Truck Series has done it for a number of years at Eldora. It didn't happen in 2020 because of the pandemic, but it's absolutely wonderful. I was calling for this. I was saying, it could be the All-Star race and do it at Eldora, because why not? And I didn't think it would happen because I didn't think NASCAR had the guts to do this, but NASCAR way exceeded my expectations. I didn't expect to see a points-paying dirt race, let alone putting dirt on the Bristol Motor Speedway to make this dirt race. That is absolutely phenomenal. March 28th can't come quick enough. It is absolutely bonkers that this is what's happening. I mean, I am absolutely in love with this. I know people are going to scream and yell, not the Bristol Motor Speedway, you're going to ruin it. No, they're going to put dirt on top of the racing surface. It'll be stripped away, and when we go there for the night race in the fall, it'll be fine. It'll be the same old Bristol we all love. Bristol is one of my favorite Cup Series tracks, one of my favorite racetracks of all time. It is absolutely iconic, and the Bristol night race is a staple in NASCAR. It's a staple in all of motorsports, I'd say. The spring race that happens in the daytime has kind of lost popularity. It's definitely gone away. A lot of people would rather go to the night race. Heck, I'd rather go to the night race. But we're going to go ahead and do a dirt race in the spring, in the daytime, and it's actually going to be pretty good, I think, because when, admittingly, you race in NASCAR Heat 5 on that track in dirt, it looks cool, it drives cool, it's a little crazy, a little bonkers, but that's Bristol, baby. You just kind of go with it. So we're breaking NASCAR tradition. I hope that this opens up the door to see another dirt race on the circuit. I'd love to go to Eldora for the All-Star race next season. I think that would be wonderful for the 2022 season. Why not? Tony Stewart has already kind of pushed this and expressed this, and I'm hoping it opens up the door to race a number of other series, to race the Xfinity on more dirt, race the trucks on more dirt. It's not official, but I would wager that when NASCAR goes to the Bristol Motor Speedway on March 28th, March 27th, maybe, just maybe, might be an Xfinity race on dirt, which I think would be bonkers and super cool. So we'll see what happens in 2021 with those series. Two racetracks that are getting their second dates back, which haven't happened in a number of years, Darlington Raceway and Atlanta. These two tracks are phenomenal, and I truly mean that. They're both old, historic. They have so much character, and the fan base in both of these areas is so massive. Something that NASCAR is doing in 2021 is they're going to new markets, they're going to new cities, new racetracks, but they're also going back to their roots in a sense. They're going back to Darlington twice, they're going back to Atlanta twice. They're putting dirt at Bristol. That's kind of the theme in 2021. Embrace the new and the changes while embracing your heritage. It's kind of a mixture of both. Darlington and Atlanta getting two race dates in 2021 means that those races had to come from somewhere. It means that Chicagoland and Kentucky not hosting races in 2021 on the Cup Series schedule. There's a lot of questions around the Chicagoland Speedway. There was a development project earlier this year which essentially would have demoed the Chicagoland Speedway. Kentucky is kind of up in the air as well. Don't know if there's any truth to the rumors, but Chicagoland Speedway held NASCAR Cup Series races from 2001 to 2019 and actually served as the playoff opener from 2011 to 2016. Kentucky Speedway hosted 10 NASCAR Cup Series races from 2011 to 2020, and I admittingly won't miss Chicagoland. Being blunt, it was fine racing. I think it was about putting NASCAR in the Chicago area instead of racing at the Chicagoland Speedway, and Chicagoland is kind of in the boonies compared to the main city of Chicago. We heard lots of rumors that NASCAR is trying to put a street course together. I think Chicago could actually fit that bill in the near future if it actually happens, and I think that certainly was the plan for 2021. I just think that circumstances prevented the deal from getting it done with all that happened with COVID-19 in 2020 and the uncertainty of the remainder of 2020 and the first half of the 2021 season. I think that's why Atlanta and Darlington primarily got second dates. We've raced there, and there has been a very openness to put NASCAR in those states, and there's phenomenal racing there. Why not go back to those racetracks twice? It could just be a one season and done type situation for Atlanta and Darlington, or fans could flock out. Please, I hope we're able to flock out to the racetracks and support these races and warrant NASCAR to keep two races at Darlington and Atlanta. But the bottom line is when we don't go to NASCAR races, NASCAR sees that and they go, well, Chicagoland and Kentucky had kind of so-so crowds the last few years, which they have, and because of that, they're getting pulled from the calendars. It's sad, it really is. I hope to see Kentucky and Chicagoland come back to NASCAR in some form in the near future. This could just be a COVID-19 type situation, but I think there's other factors here. Poor attendance at Chicagoland and Kentucky led to these decisions. So I wish all the best to the fans in Chicago and in Kentucky, and hopefully we'll see you at races soon, and hopefully NASCAR can come up with a situation where we go back to those racetracks or tracks in those areas again in the near future. You look at the playoffs in 2021, they're largely unchanged to what they are in 2020. And Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, your first round, I would like to see another track besides Richmond. I think Richmond has seen better days. I understand there are fans in the Richmond area. However, I think that we need to go down to one race at Richmond. I don't think it warrants a second date. I don't think we should be racing there during the day, which is precisely what's happening on Sunday, April 18th, 2021. I move that to the night race. Move it to a night race. We don't have times yet, but the fact that it's on a Sunday is pretty much indicating that's a day race, and Richmond needs to be at night, period. That's what Richmond is. I think one race at Richmond at night is fine. I don't think it warrants a playoff race. I really don't. Darlington, Bristol, absolutely keep them in the playoffs. The round of 12, Vegas, Talladega, Roval, leave those alone. You look at this season, Vegas was supposed to be the predictable, safe race of the round of 12, and it was absolutely wacky this last weekend. Talladega and the Roval are just as wacky. Leave them as is. You look at the round of 8, a little bit more boring, a little bit more predictable. Texas Motor Speedway, Kansas, and Martinsville. Martinsville's crazy and wacky. It's the perfect cutoff race. Kansas is fine. I mean, the fact that we go back there twice is fine, as long as fans flock to the stands. If fans don't show up to Kansas, pull the second date. Give them only one date. That's my mentality. Texas Motor Speedway, fans better pack those stands. And I understand the Texas Motor Speedway is not great racing. Eddie Gossage kind of tore up turn 1 for whatever reason to make things different, and it did not do good things for that racetrack. Personally, if Eddie Gossage wants to do anything to improve that track, turn it into a Roval. That way he can provide another race in the playoffs and at least kind of give us something interesting. I'm done with mile and a halves. I think you guys are as well, because NASCAR is moving away from the mile and a halves. We lost 2 mile and a halves on the circuit this year. You look at the Auto Club Speedway, my home track, it's being converted from a 2-mile oval to a short track, half mile in the near future here. And I think Texas Motor Speedway is basically, at this point, demo and start over. Do the same thing, Eddie. Just demo the track entirely and come up with something new. Come up with a road course, come up with a Roval, do something out there, because the racing at Texas is not great. The racing at Kansas is fine. It's kind of your stereotypical mile and a half. Not great, not bad, somewhere in the middle, C+, B- racing. It's absolutely fine, it really is, but more importantly, it puts NASCAR in the Kansas area, and that is what's important. I'm all for that. I really, truly am. Martinsville is sure perfection. Leave it alone. The fact that we're racing there on October 31st this year is just amazing. Everybody better be showing up in costumes. Everybody better have some amazing paint schemes, because I love the fact that we're racing on Halloween. And if that's a night race, y'all, I might be 50-50 with celebrating Halloween and watching that race. Probably going to be watching that race because it's the cutoff for the championship race. Of course, we're going to be watching that race. I'd love to see that shift the night before to October 30th, Saturday night, just so we can all enjoy Halloween, and the day before Halloween kind of set the championship forward. That way these drivers can take their kids out the next night and actually have fun and enjoy themselves, instead of racing home from Martinsville to get some trick-or-treating in, hopefully in 2021. The championship race at Phoenix is fine. I think it's okay. In NASCAR Heat 5, I've raced Phoenix as the final race, and I'm not a huge fan of Phoenix racing personally, because it's a little harder for me personally as a driver, but I don't mind it. I really don't. It seems like that track can accommodate enough fans and enough prestige to me, it is still weird not going to Homestead for the championship race. 2020 is the first year we're doing this, and it still feels weird because Homestead has always been kind of the mentality. Got to get to Homestead, got to get to Homestead. Now we got to get to Phoenix? Still a little strange, but I'm okay with it. You know my thoughts on this. I've called for years, move that championship race to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The area can accommodate it. Vegas as the final race, the championship race, is exactly what Vegas is. It screams Vegas. It screams championship fight. It screams drama. And the racetrack itself can not only accommodate the fans, the city can accommodate the fans. The track itself is modern, phenomenal racing. We saw that over this last weekend. I'd like to see Vegas be the final race, the championship race. And Vegas in November, you're kind of playing loose and fast with the weather, but frankly, that's another element of the championship race. And you're kind of playing loose and fast in Phoenix with the weather as well in November. But we're going to see how it works out. Let us know in the comments down below, what do you think of the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series schedule? Do you think NASCAR hit the nail on the head on this? Or do you think they need to go back to the drawing board? What do you like? What do you hate? What are you worried about? What are you super excited? This is amazing. I can't wait. And more importantly, what races are you hoping and planning on attending in the 2021 schedule? Leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget, mash that subscribe button. 500 subscriber giveaway right around the corner. In order to be a part of it, you gotta be a subscriber. Mash that subscribe button. I'm gonna go see what races I can go to in 2021 and start making some calls to NASCAR and to certain tracks, trying to get some tickets lined up. Go online, get your tickets now. For the American Racing Network, I'm Alan Bailey. Hopefully very soon, we'll see you at the track.